All right, I'm still recovering from the fair. I want to put this away, and when I tried to start it, it would not run. I shut it off and it was fine, but it would not start back up. So we're gonna try to figure out what's going on right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rouse the Oliver Man. Super 77 diesel. You know the story. All fixed up and nowhere to go. It don't run great, but it does run. And I drove it on and off the trailer just fine. When I got to put it in the shed the other day, it would not run, no matter how hard I tried. So I just now dumped out this sediment bowl and gave it a few pumps. And I am not getting anything but a very tiny drip. So that is definitely our problem. I've had this trouble before where the diesel fuel will gum up and turn terrible. So I was just going to push it in the shed, but that has proven to fight me at every turn. So now I'm thinking we might as well just get it running. I hope that the only thing wrong is that something has plugged our sediment bowl under the tank. So we're gonna pull these panels loose so we can get in there, and then we'll take that out, clean it up, and hopefully it'll go. I have already taken an air hose and blown backwards and made it work, but I feel like since that's what I did the last time, this time I might as well take it loose. In case there is trash that floats in there, we can get rid of it. Now, you're gonna have to just live with everything. You're gonna have to live with the wind sound, and you're gonna have to live with the terrible angle, because it is extremely, extremely hot again today. And I've tried doing stuff, and it's too miserable. I don't know. In 3 minutes, I'm totally soaked through like I've been under a garden hose, and I'm tired of that. So I thought I'd just sit here in the shed and tinker with this. And then I thought, well, we might as well film you, or you might as well. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say you might as well watch. I hope you can see something, but you're not missing anything exciting right now. Just taking screws out of sheet metal. Well, there's one. I'm thinking that the last time, did we have this out when we made that new fuel line for this thing? I'm thinking we didn't have the sediment bowl out, but I don't remember. At any rate, we're gonna have it out now. Let's just see if we can sneak that one out. All right, it's kind of cloudy, but it's not overly full of sadness, it doesn't look like. But it must be, or it wouldn't. It feels kind of gummy, doesn't it? Of course you can't feel, but I'm telling you, it feels kind of gummy. It's just sad that we don't have fuel that can handle sitting, you know? There's no reason for that. Okay, well, now we of course need to get the fitting out of the opposite side, but what are we gonna do to do that thing? Well, I guess to start with, we could turn it back on and see if it'll fill this in a reasonable amount of time, and it will not. Nothing comes out. I don't think I put a standpipe on this, but it's very odd that it would work perfectly and then all at once just quit. I mean, nothing changed at all. It's frustrating. And I can't see what's gonna happen, but I kind of know what's gonna happen. Failure is gonna happen. I gotta try to get this in some way. See, that's gonna let that center section turn, and that's not what I want. Is the center section 1/2 inch? It is. So I need to get another wrench so I can hold the center and then turn the nut on the outer side. Okay, I think I got enough stuff now. And I can put this on there, which you're not really getting a great shot of this, but like I said, that'll have to go like that. This will have to go somewhere in here. But I gotta get my hands over there. And you're saying, dum-dum, why don't you go to the other side and do it from there? Well, when you got a belt pulley, you can't take that back side panel off without taking the pulley off, and that's kind of a lot of work. It's just easier to struggle with this than to worry about taking a pulley loose. It's only slightly inconvenient. It's just very frustrating that I have to keep taking stuff like this apart because our fuel setup is so bad. I mean, fuel situation today is so pathetic. I mean, I just can't hype that up enough, how bad our fuel is. Now, of course, this ain't gonna go, is it? I thought maybe part of it's because you're there. I should just move you. You just hang out there while I try to get this moving. I figure if I could get it started. See, that's tight. I want loose. Why did I not think? I want to get you a real nice view of the mess that's going to happen. And maybe it won't. Maybe it's so stopped up that nothing will come out, but it should. It's already starting to run, so. Oh no, that is stopped up. I mean, look at that. Ain't nothing coming out of there hardly. That ain't gonna be good enough. It's still not. That's still not full flow. I'm gonna have to get another screwdriver and stab at that real quick. I got my little blue bucket under the frame, but it's not, it's kind of catching it. There's our problem though, I'd say. She is sealed up. Solid. So I'll disassemble this. I guess I can go get the 7/16 and just do that here. But that's what our trouble was. So thank goodness it wasn't something like injection pump failure, but why does it do that just sitting? It shouldn't. I feel like we've taken apart 100 of these on YouTube, you know? I have taken apart sediment bowls like crazy. Trash, sure. It ain't gonna come out of there easy. If you tap it too hard, you'll ruin your threads. So, gotta be careful what you do. I still feel sediment though. Can't really see. Should probably get the flashlight before we put this back together. I still see trash in there though. All right, it appears. Does it appear? There's a little schmutz in there. But it is open. So. Well. I'm not happy with it yet. I'm gonna keep on. Let's see what this looks like. So close. Almost. All right. All right. We got her. Yeah, that's good. Probably not a great idea to have used the brake clean where the rubber gasket is, but beggars can be losers, or however that saying goes. So, plus this is for myself, so if it's for myself and it fails, why, that's okay. All right. So that's back in there. Let's knock you over first thing. I was gonna say let's turn it back on and see if it flows in there good. And it does. Right? I don't have that bowl tight, so I'm gonna have to do something about that quick. There. It seems like these old diesels, no matter if you try to put down rags or you try to stuff a little bucket in the frame or something, you still make a mess. I guess that's just because diesel fuel is more sticky than... Oh, our pump is kind of sticky too. Although it may not be sitting in exactly the right spot for this either. I gotta have fuel up here or there's no point to go on. So that begs the question, is my line also plugged up now too? I've had that before where I had to give it a pretty good blowing. We're not getting good pumpage. So we're not done, I'm afraid. Let's take this loose. See if we're getting fuel from the tank. If it don't come busting out of here, then we know we got a problem. Yep. There's our trouble. No fuel here. Well, Knudsen. I'm gonna have to get another camera battery, and I'm also gonna have to, I guess, get this line loose, or this line unplugged, I should say, because there's nothing coming out of it, and it should just be rolling out of there like mad. So I'll work on that and I'll bring you back in a little bit. Well, I finally got it. It was not easy. Let me shut her down. It's been running a while. All right. So, what it amounts to, the old horse is just getting tired, and there's something all the time that needs attention. What I had to do, basically, I think it was gummed up in that pump. I finally got it where it was pumping, and you could feel it with the primer. All right, it is hot, and it ain't helping having to do twice as hard of work just to move something simple. But I got it. Every so often, after it sits for a long time, I have this trouble. But it is funny that it was able to start and run to the fair all just fine, but then after coming home, no more. The only thing that could be is taking it on the trailer probably shook some of that trash down in it, and maybe that's why it didn't like that on the way home. But it does run again. I just had to keep going till I had fuel coming out. I had to take all the lines loose, or the line from the filter to the injection pump loose, until I finally got fuel to come out there by hand priming, and then it fired right up. So yeah, just one of those things when you don't use one very much and it sits and it's a diesel, stuff like that happens, and it's super annoying because it's a shame. I mean, I need to overhaul this motor so that we can use this regularly, and then stuff like this wouldn't happen. But I'm glad that I was able to get it started and put in the shed, and we will have to eventually later, when we rearrange everything here, we're gonna have to reposition things, because I did not get, looking now, I know what I could do to get this the way I want, but I should have put my fan over in this hole and drove the tractor over here, and then all would be right with the world. So I might start it all up again and rearrange. I'm trying to get tractors back under the shed. I don't like stuff to sit outside, but a lot of times I don't have a choice, and I get too busy and I don't get it done. And since I don't have a nice, 100 by 300 shed, I gotta do a lot of tractor Tetris. All right, well, anyway, yeah, that's what I needed to do. I'll rearrange it here in a second. I also need to put that sheet metal back down tight, but it'll work, friends. It's just, it takes a little bit when it's hot outside. I don't know. It's kind of hard to breathe for me when it gets to be very humid like that, so I don't like to do too much at once, but that is what it is. So I'm glad it was something simple. It's frustrating, but that's the way it is. So we're gonna leave this one here, and hopefully you got something out of it. If not, maybe next time. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment, and that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.